speaker and our today's honorable two facilitator. Honorable to facilitator, today's welcome speaker, country coordinator from South Africa, Mokolwane Eric, and our today's honorable two facilitator, Dr. Mutpahinna Zen, global community leader from Indonesia, and our today's another facilitator, Melissa from Italy, our honorable country coordinator from Italy, and today's honorable moderator, Jocelyn Kawira, honorable country coordinator from Kenya, and our today's respected chairperson, newly elected global executive leader and continental director from Europe, Dr. Inga Katsilava, and all of today's attendants. Welcome to all on the behalf of Global Education Network. So I am sorry for time. For some problem, we cannot start today's Zoom within in time. So just this is our starting time. No problem. We can start. And I would like to request our today's honorable moderator, Jocelyn Kawira, our honorable country coordinator from Kenya. Please over to you, dear honorable moderator.
Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. I believe you can hear me.
Yes, yes, clear. Your sound is
okay. Thank you so much, our director, Global Education Network. I welcome all of you to our meeting today. I want to believe all of us are looking forward to this great meeting. It's going to be a wonderful meeting. You're going to learn a lot on Funtainment learning and flipped classroom management. We have our hosts, and we have our speakers, our guest speakers with us, all of them. And it's a pleasure for me to be your moderator this afternoon. Thank you so much, Muhyiddin.
welcome.
Okay.
Welcome, dear moderator. You can continue as our schedule. Please, first time, you can continue as our schedule. First time you need to announce our welcome speaker's name. Okay.
Okay. So at this time, I want to welcome Mokolwane Eric, our General Education Network Coordinator from South Africa, to give us his opening remarks.
Thank you so much, my sister. My name is Masone Mokolwane Eric from Panama Village in Stukune East District, Limpopo Province, South Africa. It is with great pleasure to be speaking here amongst great minds in education, especially being one amongst the global coordinators in the country, South Africa, within the Global Education Network. I just want to take this opportunity to thank the organizers, to thank the host for this magnificent event. I really appreciate it so much. And I hope and believe that within our webinar, every single one of us is going to learn. And remember, the idea of global educators coming together in one classroom is to bring about the improvement of learning results. And remember that once we are gathering in the name of education, the sole purpose is not within our growth as well as educators, but to the growth and development of learners. Because once educators are well equipped, then they will be resourceful and as such bring about a better result and the development and the growth of our learners. So within our topic today, Funtainment and flipped classroom. This is one amongst the greatest topics that teachers elsewhere in the world are talking about today. And remember that with technology development, we also need mental development and growth of teachers. So when technology develops, teachers must also develop. And the only solution is for global teachers to come together on board and to make sure that they equipped one another. Remember that within one educator, there is one thing you can learn from. Other educators, there are a lot of things to learn from. So one amongst others is to make sure that we change the attitude of global educators. Yes, other educators within the global community have now changed. Their attitude towards education has now changed. Their approach, especially at the time when we are using the fourth industrial revolution tools in learning and teaching. And I believe that within this Funtainment and flipped classroom, all of us and every one of us will learn and everyone will be equipped. And as such, go back to the classroom, improve learning and teaching in the classroom. And I thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bwana Eric Maswenengi. We have got you very clearly from South Africa. And we are so grateful for your opening remarks. I want to believe all of us this afternoon or at this moment, whatever time you are joining us from, you are eagerly waiting to learn more about the Funtainment learning and the flipped classroom teaching. As Eric has put it, it is the new way to follow. And as we are eagerly waiting to hear, I want to invite our CEO, the founder of Global Education Network, to welcome for us our first guest this afternoon. Welcome.
Welcome. No problem. This is time to start our main session or keynote session. Our honorable keynote speaker, Dr. Mutmainna from Indonesia, global then global community leader, is a great person, is great trainer, great educator. So our honorable Dr. Mutmainna, global community leader, please over to you for wonderful today's topics.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mohive, for this opportunity. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Happy good day. Good night from Indonesia. I am very happy to be with you, all of you today, in this great event. I want to say thank you so much to the Mohive and also the moderator, Jocelyn Kawira, Mr. Mokolwane Eric Masweneng, so I'm sorry to Mr. pronounce your name, Melissa Esposito, and all of the participants who are attending in this wonderful event. So allow me to share my screen. This is visible?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, with me. Maybe my connection unstable, so I'm sorry. I close my camera. go with me. Yeah. Okay. Let me introduce my name. My name is Mutmainah. You can call me Nina. I am a lecturer in the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education at my university, Universitas Al-Asyariah Mandar, Indonesia. This is some of my national and international organization. Also, my research ID. I'm very grateful to be with you here to share my views, my research about the Funtainment. Yeah, this is our webinar, and then thank you to the Global Education Network to connect us in this wonderful event. Let's have a look at my topic today. I want to share to you about the Funtainment Learning Best. This is developed a teaching model for e-gen. This is for the generation C or the Gen Z. Let's have a look right now the condition about the accelerating digital transformation. This is based on educational sector. Actually, based on my opinion, my interpretation, my research, and then my views about the condition right now, we are in the pandemic situation. And also it will be for the next future of education scenario. I divided into the 5 highlight issue. The first one about injected artificial intelligence in education. This is familiar with us about this software that actually really help us to manage like for example, to manage our source, our media, and also our material by integrating this artificial intelligence. And then education transformation, yeah, we are familiar with this like remote teaching, virtual classroom, distance education, and also we must be adapt with this new habit, new culture, information communication and technology or ICT. Based on this condition, we must be redesign our curriculum, and then we are implemented into our blended learning environment or maybe into the hybrid blended environment. But we have so many challenges about this condition, like in Indonesia, in my country, we are in the developing country, and then there are 50% area in Indonesia, we are in the rural area, don't have internet connection, don't have device, don't have smartphone, don't have a laptop. Yeah, this is the blank spot area. We call this blank spot area. And the third, this is about the infused smart digital classroom management. Actually, when we are discuss about this smart digital classroom management, actually in the theory this is a very simple, but actually to the reality when we wanted to implementation in the real our classroom, actually we have so many challenges to do that. Like quantum learning, this is covered with the triple quantum, actually based on my interpretation. To be going up, we are manage our classroom right now into the virtual, maybe virtual classroom or maybe offline for the next when the pandemic is over. It's about the quantum learning. Right now, the way we are learn, we must change. We must be integration with the technology. And also quantum teaching, this is about how we are change the way we are teaching today. Yeah, of course, quantum technology, how we can choose the technology, the tools, the media, and the platform that are suitable for our student condition. I underline here, this is for a comeback with student condition. Yeah, mobilize e-learning. Yeah, today's, of course, how we are mobility because everything going to be fast, and then we are connected globally. And this is our responsibility as educator, as a teacher, as a lecture, we must be mobilized. This is e-learning. And then mobile learning, this is connected to the digital support and accelerated learning. We need to be going up to accelerate everything right now into the our activities, our education activities. And remember about this, how to manage our today's condition during the pandemic situation. We are again and again support everything by the internet or technology. Actually, this is not only facilitate between student and the teacher or the student with the lecture, but also facilitate to all the student and the parents, the staff, our community, and our society. So the next about the cybergogy, this is one of the theory that actually if you are combined between pedagogy and the technology, this is one of the theory, namely cybergogy. In this cybergogy, actually not only talking and discuss about pedagogy and the technology itself. Pedagogy, I know we are understanding about the pedagogy. This is the way we are teaching, the methodology, our teaching. This is also support about the metacognitive skill, knowing how to learn. Actually, our challenge today, we must be support the student, the educator with this skill, namely metacognitive skill. And then freedom to learn. This is in Indonesia. Right now, we have policy from our ministry about freedom to learn. We are renovation, giving the renovation with our curriculum right now. So the last about digital vaccine. Right now, we are in the society 5.0, and then right now also for educator, we are support the student with the 21st-century skill because our education, the evolution of education, we are in industry revolution 4.0. We must support the student with the ways of thinking must be creativity and innovation. So doing collaboration, doing innovation, this is our outcome for today's. Let's have a look at the impact of COVID-19 on the learning autonomy. Actually, I don't know how to say. Maybe this is the impact or the benefit of COVID-19 that actually so many our students right now increase their learning autonomy. And then, yeah, we should be utilized with the ICT. This is the questionnaire from many students that I collected here from some of the results. And then I think this is support everything with the a greater need for ICT skill, not for the student, but also for educator or the teacher itself. Because we know that right now the condition of education, we understanding that education 4.0 right now, the learner as connector, creator, and constructivist, and how we are support all of our students to be achieve this the outcome of education 4.0. I think this is not easy, but we cannot do step by step. And then about the technology, actually totally today's our challenge in the online learning adoption, not only about the infrastructure of the technology, but this is come back with the educator competent, how they are designing their material, designing their teaching model to make their student more engaged, more interest, and then, yeah, of course, with the having fun and enjoyable environment, learning environment. So let's have a look today. I want to share to you, there are three about my condition in Indonesia, and then edutainment itself and Funtainment. What is the differentiate between Funtainment and edutainment? Actually, fun, this is related to the fun activities. We are designing our material with fun activities based on the education and entertainment concept. let's have a look at my country, and I know maybe some of the participants here have some problem with us in Indonesia. This is about the condition, the student in Indonesia that I want to share to you that actually totally we are learning loose. We have right now learning loose, and then the educators technology skill, pedagogy skill still very low. And this is mostly the problem that actually happening. So that's why our ministry launching about the new policy in the curriculum with the Merdeka Belajar. Namely, this is Merdeka Belajar. This is gives independent to the teacher to create and designing their curriculum with the variety of media, tools, technology, and activities in the classroom. And then come back again with the main core of learning and teaching. Yeah, we know that we come back to the student learning center approach. And then this is about the right now we are come back to the UNICEF and UNESCO and World Bank actually have joined launching the mission to recovery education. Yeah, in Indonesia we have learning loss, and then we have so many problems when in the pandemic situation, and that's why the student must be have receive the effective remedial in learning. And this is happening. And also come back again with the teacher must be incorporate digital technology into their learning activities. Well, totally we know and understanding about the benefit of the when we are integrate the technology in our learning and teaching process, so many benefits actually that we can get, and then it will be more simple to us to implementation the content, the material by using this ICT, information and communication and technology, like we can be use a social media as our material. This is in Indonesia. Actually, today's right now we are conduct normally hybrid learning environment, and also we do believe that even we are practice this technology, we are bringing out the technology into the real student situation. Totally, Indonesia teacher still doing the same learning condition before a pandemic situation. They have same interaction. They give so many material, and it make the student more stressed. So that's why our ministry actually launching the new curriculum with the simple activity, simple material to achieve the learning outcome step by step, and launching namely a prototype curriculum. So we understand the intersection between pedagogy and the technology because the system change. Yeah, like today's in Indonesia, I'm talking and sharing about my country condition, and we are totally must be giving training for our educator, how they are incorporate this technology, and then their pedagogy must be increased. So totally, this is an innovative pedagogical practice to support the condition, the learning condition today. Actually, we have so many responsibility to redesign our content, our curriculum, our assessment, our learning practice, our teaching practice, and then about the infrastructure. And we do really hope, and we do really we believe that the support from our government, it will be give us opportunity to giving our material more, how to say, more interesting, for example. Let's have a look about education and entertainment, how they are joining together. Actually, when we wanted to practice about education and entertainment together, we have, this is the theory and the concept that about education entertainment. When we are use games, for example, we are use movie or film, and then the so many media and tools. This is covered with the edutainment or funtainment. And then we hope by the fun activities, the student will be more engaged, and then they are fun in our classroom. Yeah, we know and we understand our students, they are unique. They are unique. They have a skill, they have a talent, they have a passion. So we must appreciate them, and then we must support and facilitate all of their talent, their passion, their skill to bring up to bringing up them into the 21st century skill. So education by entertaining a concept, this is the theory, and just want to share to you that the constructivism today, we are totally want to give the student the activities. We are designing the activities that support for the student how they are construct their knowledge by themselves. This is the main core of the student-centered learning approach, and then how we are facilitate them to achieve development taxonomy into the higher order thinking skill, doing innovation, doing collaboration. And this is about by using edutainment related to the game-based learning. I think so many teachers and educators actually have used this by using game-based learning, like virtual reality, augmented reality, or by using Wakelet. So many. This is actually based on the game. Actually, this is a very interesting and inject the student to their behavioral engagement, cognitive engagement, social cultural engagement, and affective engagement. This is so many actually research that support about the benefit of this funtainment. And then let's have a look about the digital technology. Right now, our responsibility today is how we are designing and support our learning activities. Our learning activities, we choose the right action, the right action, the right activities, and the right technology itself. This is covered to the namely Bloom taxonomy, the higher order thinking skill. For example, if you are doing in your classroom, like you are asking your student to memorizing, to matching, to recognizing, to recall the information, or to recall the, or to memorizing the material. You do this action, you do these activities, you can choose one of these technology. But actually, if you are in this level, you do these activities, you ask them to do this. Actually, this is you are implementation, namely lower order thinking skill, still low. And what should we do? What should we do? We should be into the level 4. Like we ask them to designing, to do the connection, to do synthesis, to apply the concept, to do the critique and analyze and create. This is actually our outcome for the higher order thinking skill, and this is for the 21st century skill. So let's check again, and you must be designing your activities into this level. to support your student with the higher order thinking skill. And then my research about the Funtainment, actually I have launching my article that actually totally very interesting, and I hope you can be used in your classroom. So based on the Funtainment, based on my research that I want to share to you that actually by using this Funtainment, fun activities and education and entertainment, like by using YouTube. You can use a YouTube as your material. You can use games, song, and a film. This is totally have impact for the student 21st century skill, their communication skill, collaboration, critical thinking, and creative innovative. So this is the example of virtual reality games that if you wanted to, I think some of our friends here familiar with this. And then this is the map of the Bloom taxonomy, the skill, the media and the tools or the technology that really help you to support your student to get your outcome into the higher order thinking skill. Yeah. Like by using TikTok, we can use this TikTok actually to ask our students to do the creativity. But the creativity itself, this is not about they are sharing their dancing, they are sharing their daily activity. But this is come back to the content, to the material. They are telling the material. And also not only by using a virtual reality, augmented reality, in the Funtainment, you can also use a social media as your tools in your learning and teaching process, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blog, and YouTube. This is so many research that support a report, giving a report about the benefit of social media when you are used in your classroom. And not only by using a social media, the Funtainment also you can use namely online informal learning. You can download in Google Play and in the Play Store, and then this is some of the application that actually support for your informal application. Well, let's have a look about so many here the skill that we can be support the student, like communication, collaboration. But come back again, we must choose the right technology to support their skill in communication, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, information literacy, media literacy, technology literacy, flexibility, adaptability, and then we must believe that all of this mostly designing by a social media like Facebook, Skype, and so many. So not only for that, we have also artificial intelligence that I have mentioned to you. This is the example of artificial intelligence, and this is covering with the Funtainment area. So designing and creating Funtainment material, why this is a very important, because we know that our students, they are not like us. They are different. They are born digital. They are the Gen Z. So they are different with us. We must accept, and then we must teach them in the different way. About the teaching, this is not about the teacher one, but this is come back for what is actually your student need, your student want, and your student lack. So we must be analyze them, all of them. Because in learning and teaching process, this is not about the teacher or educator one. I want to be my student, blah, 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 related to the curriculum, but we come back to the, what is actually the student need? What do you want? What do you need? And then you must designing your material based on your student want, your student need. This is related to the research about that, because when you are wanted to designing your material, you wanted to designing your activities in the classroom, you must support the mobile learning. You must support the student, giving the motivation for them to have this self-direct and self-determined in the learning process. Because if your student have this self-direct and self-determined in learning process, it will be help you to manage all of your class. I mean that here, when you are incorporated technology in your classroom. And then the student, they are have the different learning style. The student, they are unique. And if you wanted to integrating the 21 century skill into your learning and teaching process, actually you can analyze, you can be measure how far you are integrating the 21 century skill in your classroom. I divided into 3 here: in academic, in social, and in the civic. Let's check about in the academic. Actually, this is covered with the 21 century skill, the 4C, doing communication, critical thinking, and also utilize technology to make innovation, doing innovation. So in the social, like today, actually all of us today in this forum, we are in the collaboration. Actually, we are integrating 21st century skill in our life. And then in the civic, this is show us that educator or the student, they are can be participate as a member of local, global, and digital society. And I believe this platform connect, this platform unite us to be a participate as a member of our community, GAN community. And then just to remind you about the 5 Ks, 21 century skill and behavior that the teacher need to think. And then, yeah, this is the comeback again with the foundation, the basic concept about why we must change the way we are teaching. Because learning is no longer a solo activity. The teacher is no longer the only person in teaching. Yeah, learning is no longer passive anymore. And how we are representing a learning and teaching process with the fun and enjoyable. And I believe maybe this is different with you, all of you, but actually related to the concept, related to the methodology based on the research and development. If you wanted to develop in your material, we must be collaborate with the student. But sometimes the educator designing their syllabus, their lesson plan by itself, not doing collaboration with their student. If you wanted to designing your material, if you wanted to designing your activities, you can choose what is the material, what is the tool or the technology. You must be have a partner with your student. Yeah, this is the basic foundation, because you wanted to know what is actually they need and they want. This is the basic foundation of this methodology, research and development. So let me introduce to you research and development. Research and development, this is from Borg and Gall, and you can be designing your material based on this methodology. And then education, this is the product of education. If you are actually implementation, research and development, and also you have designing your material, your activities. This is your product. Actually, you can have namely a new teaching model, a new book, a new module, or you have a new management model. Actually, the product of education not only about the student score, the student achievement, is something like that, the educator achievement, but also you can be designing. You get your education product, like I mentioned before, like a module or book. You can designing your book based on your student condition. So this is research and development actually consists with the developing of the product. Developing of the product, I mean that here to educational product. And yeah, you know, for innovation, not only for the student, but also we support for all of the educator, the teacher to do the innovation. Like you can be designing the new teaching model. This is the step if you wanna to designing your material, designing your classroom, your classroom activities. This is the concept of research and development that actually have 10 phase, and we must be totally carefully to do that. Yeah. So well, one of the instructional model, like I want to share to you tonight, based on the Assure model, how we are designing our Funtainment material, Funtainment activities. This is the rule based on the Assure step, Assure a model, instructional design. Assure, this is the acronym from Analyze Learner. That's why we must be identify the student learning style. For example, in my classroom, in my university, most of the student learning style, they are visual learning style, but I don't know what about in your university. Maybe you have a different analysis. So after we identify our student, what is actually they are general characteristic, so we can state the objective. And everything we are doing here based on the research, based on our how to say, our observation before we are designing our curriculum, our lesson plan. Yeah, I know that sometimes we are prepare our curriculum, our lesson plan without the student voice, the student choice. And then we can select the method material. We select the method and media and material. This is from the student questionnaire, for example. We can ask them what is actually the material they want. Maybe they are interested with artificial intelligence, we can be use artificial intelligence. Or maybe they wanted to like virtual reality, or by using song, or by using film. So we must be identify all of them, and then we can be designing our material based on the student choice and the student voice. And come back, this is the example of my questionnaire that actually I want to share to you how and why I develop my material, my activities by using Funtainment. This is the student choice, the student voice by using film. So many they are choose by using film and song. And also they are familiar with this social media. And then they believe by using this film, by using this Funtainment, actually it will be improve their English competence. Yeah, I share to you because I'm teaching English. So let's have a look the condition before we are sharing to you. Actually, this is the generation C, our student characteristic right now, and then also from my country, Indonesia. Most of the people in Indonesia and the people in the world, they are familiar with the social media like YouTube. So we can designing our material by using YouTube. This is the example, all of them in Indonesia condition, the data from last year, but actually this is still happening right now, and YouTube still the higher platform that actually Indonesian people are very fun with this YouTube. So I'm moving to yeah, this is the example of my classroom by using Padlet. Actually, the material by using YouTube. After the student watching the material from YouTube, they will be share their assignment and also their project video in this Padlet. This is the example of Padlet. Because if we are use WhatsApp, actually totally we do really hope more understanding if we are use this Padlet. And designing e-learning application, if you want to designing your material, you can use Articulate Mobile, Lecturer Inspire, and Mobile Learning Android application. I know that some of the university have namely learning management system, or maybe another educator have Microsoft or something like that, but you can free choose whatever comfortable with you. Yeah. This is my books, and actually this is my education product that I have mentioned before to you, and all of the material in this book from the student want, the student need, the material from film, from song, from poem, from novel, short story, drama, because this is the student voice and choice. And let's check out about when you are use film. I want to share to you when you are use a film. This is the example of film, and this is the example of the instructional model that I want to share to you. Maybe you can adapt and use in your classroom, and then how all of these activities help your student to achieve the namely Bloom taxonomy or the higher order thinking skill. I just divided into 5 interaction here, and also it will be help your student to do the innovation. Let's have a look in the warm up. For example, this is the content and the material. I don't know what is your material, but actually you can use this is from YouTube, the material from YouTube. Like if you are have a subject like mathematics, like science, you can find the film based on the science, for example. And just want to share to you, this is the material about technology. In the warm up, what should we do? We can be asked them to before they are watching this material, the material from film, they can be remember and understanding about the content. What you can give guide about, they must understanding what is robot, what is computer, what is the technology. You can give a clue for your student. After that, after they are watching the film and then they got it, what is their concept, the new concept about robot, computer, and technology, you can ask them to create their brainstorming. The brainstorming, this is to identify the concept, what is the concept of robot, computer, and technology. And then in the practice, they will be discussed about this content. What about they have watched it, and then they can give their argument, their opinion. And also in the production, you can ask your student to create their simulation, their novelty. You ask them to give their argument, and actually in this category, they are creating and doing evaluation with the content. And the last evaluation, you can ask them to answer the question. So this is just an example, and you can do in your classroom. Like this one, I'm teaching English, and also I use a film. Only by using a film that sometimes we can abuse some of these. Yeah, this is still film. But remember, if you are use a film, you can must come back with your outcome. And then this is from the film, you can create your material. For example, after watching the film, they will be answer the question like this, and everything from the film. So this is my classroom when I use the film. Yeah. In these activities, Actually, we use smartphone and film and everything, their material, they upload it into their phone. And then actually, they are totally active. They are playing with their phone, but actually they are learning here. Yeah, by using song, this is for example. The activities, if you wanna to act them, by using song. For example, this is namely lyric training. The lyric training by using song. Everything available in my book actually, and this is from the song, the reader, and the next another song. Maybe you can choose another song and then another activities. So by using also picture, because why use picture, why use film, why use song? Because this is the student want, the student need. This is not from me. This is not my background actually. So wait, this is the example of my student when they are use artificial intelligence. Yeah. Yeah, we use artificial intelligence because they answer from the questionnaire. They wanted the material by using artificial intelligence or by using online informal learning application. They can be downloaded from the Google Play Store. Yeah, this is for the big number of the student. So by using virtual reality, I also implementation this in my classroom. Yeah, all of my classroom I shared to you related to the Funtainment. But what about if the student don't have internet connection, don't have device? What should we do? This is the choice. We come back again with this condition. If the student don't have internet connection, don't have mobile, like smartphone or laptop, we can have this choice. Yeah, the games. We use also this game, but yeah, you know, this is still traditional game, but actually this is a very interesting for the student. So as educator, we must be prepared all of and everything based on the student condition. If they don't have internet connection, we must be do some of creativity in our activities. Yeah. Even they have phone, smartphone, but actually there is no internet connection in this school. Yeah. So what should we do to make our making our learning fun? Yeah, come back again with the mind core about we should be engage them based on the student want, the student need. So this is my conclusion remark. There is no single approach is effective to all. One should consider is the available technology. If in your classroom the student only familiar by using WhatsApp or without technology, yeah, we can we still must teach them. Nothing can stop education. So the effective of integration of information, communication, and technology in teaching and learning. This is not about the latest and the most advanced technology, but come back again for your pedagogy, the way you are designing your material, designing your activities in the classroom. So we use technology to make our learning and teaching process to be more effective, practice, and efficient. So I think this is enough from me. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm very happy and grateful to be with you. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Mudinasia. I believe you're doing a great thing in Indonesia And I want to believe that today we are challenged. I believe all of us teachers, you have taken that technology will not replace teachers.
Yeah.
Teachers will replace the teachers who are not using technology. That was powerful, so happy. I believe you have learned something. Congratulations for that good work. Okay, so at this point, we want to listen to our second speaker this afternoon. We have our speaker, Professor Melissa, and I'll ask Mohadin, Global Education Network CEO.
Yes, you can continue, no problem. You can continue.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So continue, Professor. We are here waiting to hear from you. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Melissa Esposito, and I am an Italian math teacher. For several years, I've been involved in innovating my teaching by experimenting with different teaching methods. The pandemic forced us to work from home for several months, and we all had to learn to teach in a blended and a different way. As one of the most popular trends in education, you have often heard of the flipped classroom. But what is it about a classroom that's been flipped that makes it unique? The basic idea of the flipped classroom is that the lesson becomes homework while the time in the classroom is used for collaborative activities, experiences, debates, and workshops. In this context, the teacher does not take on the role of leading actor. He rather becomes a sort of a facilitator, the director of the didactic action. Over time, at home, videos and other digital resources are widely used as content to be studied, while in the classroom, the students experiment, collaborate, carry out laboratory activities. To all intents and purposes, flipping is a teaching methodology to be used in a fluid and flexible way, regardless of the discipline or the type of class. It is important that the time gained in class, thanks to flipping, is used in an optimal way, and that the resources used by the students over time at home are of high quality, as well as being calibrated on the level of knowledge that reached up to that point by the young person. And an integrated content library with online videos screened for quality and accessibility is the best starting point for achieving a good final result. A flipped classroom is a type of blended learning where students are introduced to content at home and practice working throughout it at school. This is the reverse of the more common practice of introducing new content at school, then assigning homework and projects to be completed by the students independently at home. It is part of blended learning with asynchronous and synchronous activities. First, the students study topics. Secondly, in the classroom, they apply the knowledge by solving problems during tutorial activities. They learn by doing and by interactions with others. Several pedagogical means are used leading to hybridization of courses. Why adopt this idea? To allow the improvement of educational interactions in the classroom, to optimizing time at school, to develop independent and peer learning, to be able to dedicate more time to young people who need more support. To put the student at the center of the process by providing him with the tools that allow him to depend the topics, thus generating a richer and more stimulating context. Students are not only actively involved in the path and aware of the objectives, but also participate in evaluation to promote the development of students' digital skills, their autonomy and ability to work with others, thus preparing them better for the world of work than traditional teaching. Because the young person is the protagonist of activities oriented towards problem solving and learning by doing, an interpreter of his own knowledge, as well as author, thanks also to the ease with which international communication technology in teaching allows to consume, produce contents. In a common flipped classroom scenario, students may watch pre-recorded videos at home, then come to school to do the homework, armed with questions and at least some background knowledge. We recommend that you motivate students to watch the video home by first adding a brief description of video, including its length, explaining what you want them to get out of watching it, posing some questions for them to consider while they watch. These can form the basis of in-class discussion, including a quiz to see students' understanding. The concept behind the flipped classroom is to rethink when students have access to the resources they need most. If the problem is that students need help doing the work rather than being introduced to the new thinking behind the work, then the solution, the flipped classroom, takes is to reverse that pattern. What's the simplest way to think about a flipped classroom? The students do homework at school. Put another way, students preview content home and then extend learning and or practice at school. But don't be fooled. Merely flipping your homework and lecture doesn't mean you are unlocking all the benefits of a flipped classroom. True flipped learning is about opening up class time and transforming it into hands-on, differentiated, and even personalized learning experience. What is the history of a flipped classroom? It all began in Colorado with the two teachers, Jonathan Bergman and Aaron Sams. In 2007, they began recording their lessons and lectures and turned them into videos. Then they began to use it in their classrooms, calling it pre-broadcasting. However, Jonathan and Aaron give credit to Lage, Platt, and Treya for their paper entitled Inverting the Classroom, for getting things started in 2000. At the time, there were just enough resources of knowledge around the concept for it to really gain traction. Following 2007, the concept really took off. Various schools began flipping their classrooms, and the rest is history. A flipped classroom, sometimes referred to as an inverted classroom, doesn't necessarily provide true flipped learning. It's what happens in the classroom that matters. True flipped learning turns classroom time into a more individualized experience. Instead of an instructor addressing all students as a group, learners move at their own pace or in small groups to apply their knowledge. What are the benefits of the flipped classroom? Some of the benefits of the flipped classroom are: it is flexible, students can learn at their own pace, take responsibility for their learning, there are more opportunities for higher level learning. Teachers work more closely with the students, getting to know students better and providing better assistance. Increasing the collaboration between students. Teachers think that creating or finding sources for students to use outside of class is the most difficult part of implementing a flipped classroom. However, most of the benefits of a flipped classroom depend on what happens in the classroom instead of a lecture. To plan a flipped classroom, you have to follow these 3 steps. First, you have to decide how you will use your class time and design those activities. Secondly, find or create resources for students to use at home. And third, teach students how to use the materials at home. Flipped lesson can take also different forms. For example, some lessons may take the form of a unit hyperdoc that requires students to progress throughout a series of lessons, components designed to encourage them to engage with and explore content, apply what they've learned and extend their knowledge. Now, I want to show you some flipped classroom apps for teachers. For the list below, I looked for apps that really combine forces to deliver a good flipped learning lesson. It's not just video apps I will be showing you, but apps that allow you to combine several resources, such as video, text, images, links, and evaluation tools. This brings you more than just sharing a YouTube video, a simple YouTube video with your students without knowing what inside they got from it. First of all, I want to show you Edpuzzle. Flip the classroom with Edpuzzle, an easy and effective way to deliver videos in your classroom or outside your classroom. It's not just a video distributor. With the Edpuzzle, you can make the video come to life by adding audio notes and questions. Edpuzzle makes it easy to add comment to videos, and the questions make the video more interactive. When should you use Edpuzzle? You can use it to empower critical thinking when students watch a video, perfect to use in a flipped classroom. Students can download the app and receive video assignments directly with questions, so they can check their understanding throughout the video. Another tool very interesting is Book Widgets. Book Widgets allows you to make interactive lessons. Book provides strong digital templates of all kinds of interactive exercises. You just have to add your own content. Choose between more than 40 different widgets or exercises to engage your students. Make your own adapted crossword riddles, videos, jigsaw puzzles, web quests, quizzes, timelines, and much more. It does the grading for you. You can also put all exercises together in a web quest. Just share a link with your students and they can start working at home. At the end of the web quest, you can add a quiz to test your students' understanding. Book Widgets integrates MANZIL with the learning management systems like Google Classroom, Canvas, Moodle, Schoology, and Apple Schoolwork. Another interesting app is Symbaloo. It helps you to organize your web or classroom resources in one place. These resources are stored on a dashboard in the form of buttons. This dashboard can be set as your home page, so you can find all the resources you need immediately. It gives you the possibility to personalize the dashboard. For teachers, Symbaloo is a special section that gives you the possibility to create your own learning path or lesson plans. Just share the link or classroom code with your students and let them discover the learning path independently. Your student can add videos, links, book widgets, exercises, and more to the Symbaloo tiles. Another app is BrainPop. It creates animated resources that support teachers and engage students in school, at home, and on mobile devices. Their content includes movies, quizzes, games, mobile apps, activity pages, and much more. The content covers hundreds of topics within math, science, social studies, English, technology, arts and music, and health. Use their resources so students can watch and interact with their fun and clear videos at home. BrainPop allows students to take some actions after seeing the explainer video, such as write about it, draw about it, play a game, and much more. If you are a language teacher, This app is heaven. I'm speaking about Duolingo. Is made for teaching foreign languages and was awarded the App of the Year in 2013. Google invested a lot in this language app. There are just so many languages to choose from. Students have to set a goal from 5 up to 20 minutes a day and pick if they are a beginner or not. If not, they have to take a placement test. Duolingo focuses on words and their translation and is very intuitive. Duolingo is a micro-learning app, perfect to use for flipped learning. Ask your students to go throughout some lessons at home and talk about in the classroom. Then let's speak about TED-Ed. Is TED's youth educational initiative. TED-Ed wants to celebrate the ideas of teachers and students around the world. Everything they do is with only one goal, supporting learning. They produce a growing library of original animated videos and provide an international platform for teachers to create their own interactive lessons. All the videos made by TED-Ed and other teachers are mostly short videos that don't last longer than 5 minutes. Choose a lesson topic and find a suitable video in the library. It's very helpful with finding resources and helping you to explain something. You get to save preparation time. The videos ask your student to solve enigmas or to think critically. When they come to your class the next day, you have some stuff to discuss. Students can also create TED Talks about certain subjects and perform them in front of their fellow students in the classroom. Another resource is Khan Academy. Khan Academy started out with its famous YouTube videos. Now you can just go to their website and search for a learning video about the topic you want to teach. Choose between subjects such as math, science and engineering, computing, arts and humanities, and economics and finance. By signing up, you can create a classroom and invite your students to take some video lessons and to take a quiz afterwards. This is really handy for flipped learning. You can even follow your students' progress from a distance. Afterwards, you can see what parts of the lesson students didn't understand and explain it again in the classroom with some exercises as well. These two are my favorite tools. Kahoot, the first is Kahoot, and the second is Nearpod. Kahoot is useful for formative assessment. It's extremely important in any classroom, and flipped classrooms are not exceptions. Their flipped strategy puts more responsibility for viewing and interacting with the content on the students, and formative assessment is therefore needed after every video. Teachers can create gamified formative assessment activities for their students using Kahoot, and assign these activities as homework, which allows the students to play the games individually. Kahoot activities can also be used as a whole class formative assessment. Students enjoy Kahoot because of the gamified component of the activity. My favorite tool is Nearpod. With Nearpod, you can create interactive presentations. Add slide by slide or choose a special way template you can adjust. All those slides make an amazing interactive presentation, especially if you add activities like quizzes, open-ended questions, book widgets, exercises, polls, draw questions, and others. What about taking your students on a field trip within your presentation? Just add a slide with a virtual reality experience for Nearpod's library. When your presentation is ready, your student can opt by entering a code in their Nearpod smartphone app. As a teacher, you are in charge of the presentation. When you switch to another slide, the presentation on your students' phones will also switch to that slide. You can also let your student go throughout the presentation independently, which is more suited for flipping the classroom. When your students have to make a quiz or a poll, they can just do that on their screen, as it is a part of the presentation. The answers are gathered live, so you can see immediately what your students answered and use that information to adjust your lesson the next day. I want to speak to you also about WhatsApp and Padlet. In fact, WhatsApp or any other social media platform that allows communication, such as secret Facebook group for your course, can also help when it comes to flipping your classroom. When students have to go throughout subjects by themselves, they might get stuck. A social media platform offers your students a way to communicate with each other and ask questions about their homework. That way, they don't have to bother the teacher all the time. Of course, you can just make sure to get your instructions right with basically all the apps mentioned above. Another is Padlet. After students have viewed an instructional video, it's a good idea to provide them with an opportunity to reflect on the content. Padlet provides teachers with a way to have students not only review and reflect on content, but also collaborate with their peers. And then I speak to you about Poll Everywhere. This is a powerful educational tool which can be used in and outside the classroom. Poll Everywhere is a voting system completely reinvented. As a teacher, you have to set up a question on the web interface or smartphone app. Students can see it on their PC, tablet, or mobile phone. Questions can be polls, but also open-ended questions, such as give me a tip to improve my teaching. Students can respond by using the web app, a text message via the poll, everywhere, smartphone app, or even Twitter. You get instant audience feedback. Another fun feature is the ability to make nice charts of the answers. You can easily get started analyzing the results. Poll Everywhere can help flip the classroom teacher to keep track of the educational progress of the students. Loom is a screen capturing software that allows you to make instructional videos, capture your screen or your front-facing camera and narrate it all at once, then instantly share it with your students with a simple link. When you show something and explain it, you make sure you are understood by your students. On top of that, your communication with the students is more personal with the nuances of tone and facial expression. Out of all the screen recording tools, Loom is very easy to use. Another interesting and useful tool is Wakelet. Wakelet is a tool that allows users to take control of the content that interests and inspires them. Wakelet users can save content and organize it in folders or wakes. It bridges the gap between humans and algorithms to create beautiful and functional content in a personal way. Wakelet is a great alternative to Padlet or Storify. You and your students can create videos, images, links, and more. If you are struggling to tell stories that are engaging, organized, inspiring, Wakelet could be beneficial because it allows users to create customizable content. It is also a great tool for keeping the research projects interactive and social. The last is Book Creator. It was designed to teach students by getting them excited about creating their own books on the topics they are learning about. Students can upload images, choose from emojis, make recordings and videos, and create and then share a finished book they wrote. These ebooks can take various forms, from digital portfolios to comics and scrapbooks to manuals and poetry collections. The free version of the tool allows educators to create a library of 40 books. Book Creator includes many templates to make creating various book projects easy and straightforward. Educators can also use it to assign materials to students in interactive book form. These were my topics flip the classroom tools for teachers. I hope I gave you all the right tools to flip your classroom and to start with the blended learning. If we wanted to speak about gamification, there are three different ways of teaching with gamification. One is traditional learning. The second is learning flipped with gamification. And the last is online learning. Gamified flipped classroom is the better of the three approaches, which shows the high potential of combining gamification and flipped classroom approaches. Now, I want to show you specifically one of the tools I use the most in my flipped classroom. It is my favorite app because it combines various activities and makes the lesson dynamic and fun. I use NAHAR very often. It involves students and makes them feel like protagonists in a continuous learning and testing process. I have created a lesson on the Winter Olympic Games that are currently taking place in China now. Obviously, you can create a specific lesson for any topic by also designing the level of difficulty of the questions and contents. You can choose live participation and share the code that comes out here with the students, either by copying the link or by sending an email or inviting them to classroom. I want to show you my work. Oh. I go here. And I want to show you my work about the Winter Olympics. With the live participation. As you can see, there is, you can join at join.nearpod.com and or in the app, writing this code. I can see, let's see how I can do XER8B, join. You can join too, or you can join, I copy the link, I put you in the chat, so you can join. And on your smartphone, you can see the NAHAR. At the beginning, the learning objects are explained. By the end of this lesson, you will understand the history of the Olympic Winter Games, discuss the challenges of the 2022 Winter Games, and know more about winter sports. Let's get started. So you can show to students a PDF document. Will be then shown that students can download on their device that talks about the topic of the lesson, so that they can repeat the topic and read while reading this PDF. To begin, my work asks students how much do you already know about the Winter Olympics. So everybody can answer from its device. For example, I'm in, and yes, continue. and you can add also the time. So can. Then there is a gamification activity, pairing the image of a sport with its name. You can play this game in time, and obviously you have to think that doing it with a specific topic or with discipline that is taught can be very useful for understanding the learning level achieved. Then I want to show you another activity. This is the most interesting activity. I show to my students a video. The teacher can choose between video plays on the teacher's device, and questions appear on student devices. So you can watch the video. This is a video about Winter Olympics story, an interactive mode.
Major geopolitical events quadrupled. And by the 1992 Games, the number of athletes vying for medals reached 1,800, a record at the time.
Allora, the video was taken from YouTube, and in some places, some questions have been introduced that can be both multiple choice and open-ended. The video stops and shows the question. The student has to answer on their device, and then the teacher sees all the answers and can have immediate feedback. For example, I can answer from my device. My answer is this. Also, someone answered A, the first Winter Olympics. Someone answered B in 1992, and so on. And you have an immediate feedback on the screen. Teacher can see immediately the results. Then the video can go on.
Major geopolitical events also impacted the Olympics. World War II shut down the Games for 12 years. When they returned in 1948, Germany, which had hosted the Games before the war, and Japan weren't invited to compete. Cold War tensions ran high during the 1960s Games.
And
this time the US hosted in 1980, leading to this memorable moment.
Here I added another. This is an open-ended question, so you can. What circumstances or events might influence a country's participation in Olympic Games? And every student can answer on his device, and the teacher always can see the answer on the screen. I show you other activities. This slide is a collaborate board where each student can add his own post. The teacher can decide whether to approve or not the post before it is published or not. Likes can be added, such as a social media. No, so you can write why do you think athletes might want to compete in the Olympics, and you can write your answer on your device, and the answer is shown on the screen. For example, I write very good, and I post it. This is my post, very good, and I add like. To win, I am the teacher, and I add like. Also, students can add like and participate. Splendid, good. Okay. Okay, I'll show you other activities that we can add in a Nearpod. This is the feedback I receive after your answers about the question I posed before. Anyone answered? Here where there is an article, students can read it, and then they can participate to a game. This game is called A Time to Climb, and is then proposed. Each student chooses a character. I can choose, for example, this, and I continue. You can choose a character on your mobile device, and starting the game must climb the mountain by answering exactly the question proposed. Students see the questions on the teacher's screen and the answers on their device. For example, Ludmila, I can play Me Too. There are other. If they click on the correct answer, they start their climb of the mountain. Otherwise, they are left behind. Let's start the game. For example, the first question is you see it? What type of COVID-19 policy did the 2020 Tokyo Olympics establish? You can see the answers on your device. You can choose your answer. Manuela Dan won, gave the right answer, so she is going up in the mountain. And so on. There is a second question, true or false. You can see the answer, the question on the screen and the answer on your device. You can play. Okay. I go ahead. I continue with another activity. This activity is called fill in the blanks. Is also a very interesting activity. A passage is proposed that is missing words and that students can add from a list they find to the left of the passage. Here too, the feedback is immediate. This is the example of the proposed passage and those circled are the words that are missing on the student devices. So you can see this is the list of the Tokyo on your device is a word that is missing, is in the blanks. So you can add and you can complete your game. Okay? I added another video and then I added a whiteboard. Here, you can add your own consideration or drawings, calculations, answers, or what is requested by the teacher. For example, here I wrote, draw or write about one takeaway and one question you have from this lesson. You can write or draw some question about the lesson. And at the end, I left with a poll, a question asking the students for feedback to find out how much they liked the lesson I proposed. So you can choose your answer. How did you like this presentation for 1 to 5 and choose your answer. As you can see, Nearpod is an inexhaustible resource because what I have shown you is only 30% of its potential. But with Nearpod, you can do many other activities, such as sharing slides, videos proposed by the BBC, STEM activities from the PET site, quizzes with multiple choice or open questions, timed questions. You can add content of any type. In addition to PDFs, you can insert content from the web, images, Sway, or even an audio recorded. You can also create a quick launch. It is a short question to ask at the beginning of the lesson to find out what the starting levels are, or at the end. Or in the quick launch, you can put a collaborative board, as you saw before, in which each student can leave a written post or share an image or a question. With the student pays away, you can personalize instruction for individual students, small groups, assignments, or homework to differentiate and allow students to work at their own pace. Learning with Nearpod is and how it works to transform students' devices into powerful learning tools, so you can spend less time planning and more time teaching. Nearpod can also use gamification of information to make learning more engaging and fun. It is also built to work well with lots of pre-existing tools, such as Google Slides, Microsoft PowerPoint, and YouTube. Teachers can easily import media to make a lesson quickly and simply, using already existing resources. My presentation is ended, and I want to thank all of you have listened to me very carefully, and I hope that my speech has brought new knowledge, has not bored you, and you enjoyed it. I hope to share my other experiences with you, and I thank all the speakers today, and in particular, Majidin and Jocelyn and Muinat and Inga for the opportunity that you gave me.
Okay, thank you so much, Melissa. That was a professional presentation. I want to believe we have learned a lot. And extremely a lot for all of us. That was good. Keep it up. Yes. So at this point, I'm going to ask Dr. Inga to give us the closing remarks. I believe we have learned a lot, and all of us want to go and do the practice with our students. So Professor Inga, please take over and give us the closing remarks.
Hello, everyone. Oh my God. Very, very wonderful job. Thank you very much. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I'm Inga Kharchilava, the leader of GAN. Yes. Glad to see you all. I am very happy today. I am very excited today. Oh my God, very, very excellent job. It was a very interesting and informative session. Thank you. Thanks to the speakers for providing interesting, wonderful, excellent information. Thank you very much. Please keep up a wonderful and excellent job. Wow, wish you a lot of successful students. Thank you. Okay, the GAN platform and its director, Mr. Mohive, respect. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share our knowledge and further enhance our learning and teaching process. Excellent. It means a lot, really, it means a lot. We are almost all over the world, and we are spreading knowledge. So many thanks to the best moderator, very, very wonderful job, and our introductory speakers. Thank you. And of course, thank you very much all the participants from all over the world who are always with us. Thank you. Yes, we use everything to advance education. Yes, yes, we also use the inverted room and game methods, okay? And in the future, we will also use many other new methods to raise the level of education. It is our duty to light the lamp, yes, of knowledge all over the world. Thank you very much. Congratulations, everyone. Really wonderful session. Wow, bravo.
Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome to our today's honorable chairperson, global executive leader and continental director from Europe.
Thank you very much. It's a lot else. Thank you very much.
Just to see that our another country coordinator, Veronica Savan, raises hand. Dear Veronica, please, you can ask any question or you can share any feelings. Please unmute yourself. Hello.
Dear Veronica, can you hear me?
That hand has been up for so long. I think she didn't want to answer a question.
Yes,
The hand has been up for quite some time. I don't think she has a question. Maybe it's a mistake.
Okay, thank you all, thank you our today's great facilitator, great keynote speaker, our country coordinator from Italy, Melissa, Professor Melissa, and Dr. Mutmainna from Indonesia for great session, great presentation, great slide, and our honorable great today's moderator and welcome speaker and all our chairperson. All of was very successful for this event. Very grateful. So thanks on the behalf of Global Education Network, and especially thanks to our global community leader, Dr. Muhammad Abu Yasin sir from Bangladesh, to giving us Zoom. And just I want to end now. Just anyone within 5 minutes, if anyone can share feelings about session, you can share. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, and Yasmin from India, you can share within short time.
Good evening and good morning to everyone. Hope we all are doing well in this pandemic. Actually, this concept of flipped classroom, it was a great experience to learn more about the digital world, ICT world, and how to connect our curriculum, our syllabus, and environment to the our learnings. And that was a great opportunity. In the meanwhile, I want to say, kindly share all PPTs in WhatsApp group, please and please. So because sometimes there is very much slow network, so we can't understand some things, and it takes some breaks, unusual breaks. So kindly help in this regard. And in the meanwhile, in future, we need some more classes regarding this ICT and technology-based learning, blended learning. Thank you, sir, given me an opportunity to speak out there. Thank you, Jan family. Thank you, Global Network. And thank you, Madin Bhai. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. Manuela Dan, our honorable country coordinator. You can say something. You are played a game and you were top this game. Yeah, please unmute yourself and you can say something. Manuela Dan, our country coordinator from Denmark. Please unmute yourself.
I thank you a lot. I like very much this course, and I learning and I want every information about Melissa Espito because I like very much interaction of this course. It's something's new in Denmark. For my children it's not again it's something's new. It's very nice, interesting. I'm glad participate this course. Thank you for the opportunity and good luck. And I feel everything's it's rested together because this is more better for everything, for every people.
Thank you a lot.
Welcome our country coordinator from Denmark, our great leaders from Bangladesh, global executive leader Dr. Mohamed Hassan, sir, raise his hand. Sir, you can say something before sir. I want to request all, please. I have put attendance link in our set box. Please, within short time, you should complete attendance. After some time, I will stop response. And after our session, please do not request to me in any messenger on any group to give this link. Please do not request after complete session. Please, this is time to attendance after complete session. No facility or no advantage to for this. Please a response in this time. Dear Mahmoud Hassan sir, Dr. Mahmoud Hassan sir, please over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very good evening from Bangladesh. I am Dr. Mahmoud Hassan. I apologize due to not joining in the very primary stage, but at the last, I was really enjoying the discussion of Melissa Esposito. Excellently, she could deliver her lecture and presentation with a lot of the examples and also the incitements which are very effective for the students and others. But to be very frank, in this pandemic situation, which we have observed, there are few very good terms have been arisen in the mind of the teachers and the educators, like Funtainment. Funtainment is a very outstanding word at this moment, because to make the class very lively and also very enjoyable and very joyous, the fontaine, there should be the fun and the entertainment. So funtainment, that means entertainment and fun. So a student should be given the entertainment with a lot of the funs in the classrooms. And while teaching and learning environment has created, there should be a huge number of the fun classes and fun activities. Definitely, I really salute Melissa to have very good discussion regarding these issues, because nowadays, especially in the pandemic, psychologically our students are seriously affected due to this pandemic situation. So in this case, the fun, learn by fun, that means fun to learn. This is very good glossary. This is very good terminology, which is very effective for the students as well. In the same time, the flipped classroom activities are very effective nowadays, especially for the teachers as well as for the students, because students are not sometimes allowed to come to the classes physically. But when these classes are given earlier, a lecture is given earlier to the students so that they can get ready to face the teacher's lectures. So this is very important. So again, I appreciate Professor Mohiuddin, for this Jain founder, for having this kind of very interesting and very wonderful sessions for the whole teachers and educators all over the world. And I also congratulate the Inga Karasilva for having very nice moderation. Then Mutmainna, very good friend to me and very good researchers in the educations. After all, I find all the participants, those who have joined here today, I found almost all of the people are very good educators and all renowned personalities in this arena of the education development. So I appreciate from Bangladesh especially on behalf of all the leaders, since I am also the participant in this GEN. So I really request all of you to continue this kind of session time and again, so that we can connect all the educators throughout the whole world. Today I find 132. The next time that should be more than 200, 300 participants here, because this gathering and platform connecting all the educators from all the countries. So thank you so much again for having this scope to have some sharing interaction with you. Thank you so much. Again, congratulations to the GEN. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your great discussion. We will go to end. Before end, just I want to give chance only one person, our Dr. Muhammad Abu Yasin sir, our respected global community leader. Sir, please, over to you.
Thanks a lot to our Honorable Mohiuddin sir for giving me a chance to say something on this program. This event is very interesting and fantastic for us. I know that. Already I applied you that from beginning I was in prayer. For this reason I could not connect with you, and just after prayer I got a phone from sir, then I attend. For this reason I applied to you. Congratulations those who have given a speech on this program. Excellent, very interesting. And I know that one of the great persons said about this program, I know that the playing is learning is fun. So we have to teach our students by playing, so they can understand and they can develop their self by playing, and they can learn from the nature. But I know that in this pandemic situation, it is very difficult to go outside of school and outside of the house. So we have to maintain how to develop our children regarding learning, regarding teaching, regarding their study. Of course, it is very interesting session today. I congratulate those who shared their speech, especially a lot of thanks to Melissa Esposito, and thanks to our honorable discussion speaker, Dr. Mutmainna, also very great researcher, and our honorable moderator, Dr. Inga Karsilava from Georgia. Thanks a lot to everybody, those who participate here. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Our great presentation already done, and most of time we have completed this session. So I have another meeting. Just I want to permission all of you. Can I end now, please? So next time, inshallah, next time we will arrange. In next time we will arrange a near port in education by our Melissa, and our next week, or in 19 February Saturday. Next week, 19 February Saturday, 7 p.m. in Indian time, we will arrange a great webinar, social emotional learning. And all of our preparation already done. Okay, invite. I would like to invite all to our next session in next Saturday, 19 February. Thank you all. Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very great session.
Yes, really great session.
Thank you. Thank you for all great educators.
Thank you so much for your support, sir.
Thank you, Baharuddin sir from Indonesia. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay,
Sir, excuse me.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for the sessions, and we enjoy it very much.
I'd like to ask you about the form, please, because it's closed.
Yeah. I
Okay,
also want to speak on
I have more time for
the
this.
next webinar. If
Just
you
last
I'm
chance.
sorry, I was praying,
Okay,
so
just
I.
last,
No,
please, last
thank
chance within 2 minutes. Please, within 2 minutes, who are not response now, within 2 minutes you can respond. I have opened it only for 2 minutes, please. Please.
If you invite me on the next webinar, then I think I want to also to share my best practice of teaching, my experience.
Thank you. Dear Amir Ahmed Salem, please, have you complete your form fill up?
I'm completing. Just a moment, please.
Okay. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. Just I need to
Thank you,
add.
everybody.
Inshallah.
Attendance sheet
A lot of
we didn't get.